All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final two of Big Brother Disney All Stars. We have been here for a month and a half. We have seen 20 All Stars representing all 8 seasons come and go. But here we are with our final two. Jen, originally from season 3, Epcot, and then came back in Second Chances, Epcot again. But here she is now in season 9, final two of Big Brother Disney Club 33 All Stars. And then we have Miss Karen over here as well, our only singular representative from season 5, Miss BB Disneyland. You came from there, and here you are sitting now in the final two. Neither of you guys have made it here before, but here we are tonight. No matter what happens, you both are amazing, and I'm so proud of you both. We are going to get right into the fun good of it all. We are going to be bringing the jurors in one at a time, but before we do that, you guys are going to give your 10 minutes or less opening statement. Jen, as the winner of part 3 of the final head of household, has decided she will go first in the opening statements. Keeping in mind that means Karen, you will go first in the closing statements. Jen, give a thumbs up to Megan when you're ready, and your 10 minutes will begin.
Thank you. I'm ready. Did it start? I'll just start talking.
I was starting for both of you, Karen, as well. The thumbs up, your first word, I will start it.
Okay.
No worries.
Thank you.
Breathe. Both of you, breathe.
Alrighty. Well, good evening, everybody. First off, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of production, all of the jury members, and Karen, all for being here tonight. This game has been nothing short of a roller coaster, and it is absolutely wild that I am sitting here in the final two. Looking at the cast of this game, I felt like I was being thrown into a tank of sharks. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't at least a little bit intimidated. This is a game that has been full of winners, runner-ups, player of the seasons, and then you have me. I came into this game as the 6th lowest placing all-star on the power ranking. I came into this game saying to myself, well, my only option in this game is going to be to go balls to the wall from the very beginning, and that is precisely what I did. I did not want to come into this game and just sit back and hang around and wait until I got evicted. I wanted to prove that I deserve to be here. And I did just that. I have been a vocal force in this game since the beginning, and I have not been afraid to do or say what I wanted this entire time. I was immediately on the bottom of this game from the first round. I fought really hard for Justin to stay, and people were afraid of being in the minority so early, so I unfortunately lost that battle. I was able to connect with other people who also felt like they were maybe on the outs from the beginning, which ended up benefiting me immensely in the long run. In the next round, Lily wins HOH, and she saves me and Brian. It was such a relieving feeling knowing that I didn't have a chance to touch the block this week, especially after the way that the last round had went. It was a relatively calm week overall, but this was a really important time for me to solidify bonds that I ended up making in this game. In the next round, John F. wins HOH, and I find myself nominated. This was my time to start playing hard. I wasn't simply just going to be okay with sitting on the block. I wanted to not only increase my chances of staying and but I also wanted to make use of the twist of the season. I was the first person to use my Club 33 power to put up Julia. I knew that John and Julia have a good relationship, so I knew that she would probably vote how he wanted. I ended up being saved with the veto that week by Rose, which was just one example of how I use my relationships to further myself in this game. Being nominated that week truly lit such a fire under my ass, and it was the start of what would be a very long road to get to where I am today. The next time that I am nominated, I'm just so tired at this point. It is starting to feel just like me and a few select other people are being nominated, which was just going with what the house wanted or the easy thing to do. I knew that I was going to be in trouble if I didn't win the veto, so for the first time in this game, I did exactly that. I won at the right moment. And I caused chaos in the meantime, even if that meant introducing that god-awful Club 33 twist. When I won the veto, I was just, so many emotions were going through me. I was angry, I was relieved, and frankly, I was just ready to make some people sweat. I needed to prove that I am an all-star, and I did come to play hard. I put an even more massive target on my back by calling out what I felt was happening in the house, and I did not care. If I was going to go out next round, I was okay with it because I was not here to play a scared game, a quiet game, and just sit back like I normally do in these games. I drew a line in the sand, and I was okay to face the obstacles of this game head on. In the next round, I'm saved yet again, and I can tell as soon as it happened that people were not happy. I feel like I am house target number 1 at this point, and at the same time, I'm still making social connections where I need to, or else I wouldn't be getting saved. I took this opportunity of being safe to, number 1, try and lay low for the round and maybe get the target off of my back for a little bit. And number 2, I took this time to solidify my underdogs alliance. These are the only people in this game that I felt like have had my back. And after that, we went on to win the next 5 consecutive HOHs, keeping each other safe, including another clutch win for myself, my first HOH on the first live night. At this point, I'm starting to feel like I have found some footing in this game by forming this alliance. Once jury starts, I am either saved by the Club 33 powers or nominated every single week except for 1. I took the opportunities when I was safe to make my opinions known. I advocated hard for those that I wanted to stay, even if it was to my own detriment. I wasn't afraid of going against the majority in order to keep who I wanted to keep. And for the rounds that I was on the block, I made sure that my social connections were strong enough to keep me in the game. People kept me in this game because they knew that I would go to bat for them, and I played every round in this game like it was my very last. When it started to get down to the wire and my alliance unfortunately was starting to get picked off, I knew that it was time for me to start powerhousing these competitions, or else I would be sitting on the jury. At the final 5, I am put on the block for the 7th time of this game. And I'm told I'm not a target and that Keaton was the target. I knew that was a lie because at this point, I confidently knew that Karen, Keaton, and Jeremy were working together very closely, and that I was most likely going to go home if I did not win that veto. I won that veto, my 3rd clutch competition win, and was able to save myself. On his way out the door, Lake even told me that I needed to win out or I have no shot at all. I knew that in my gut that he was right. And so I did exactly that, because if I didn't, I was fucked. I started studying my ass off. Minors gifts, the statistics of the game, everything in between. And I went on to win the final 4 HOH and the final HOH. These are arguably the most important HOHs to win in a Big Brother game. Ensuring my own safety at this point was pivotal. I went from having 0 control in this game to having all of it. Winning the final HOH, I had the tough choice of either eliminating Karen or eliminating Jeremy. I made the decision that I felt was best for my own game into the finale, and I evicted the last standing winner in this game. And now I am here pleading to you all to crown me as the next winner. I have fought my ass off in this game every damn week, and my persistence is what got me here. I survived the block 7 times. I won 3 HOHs and 2 vetoes, all in times where I needed it most. People have underestimated me, did not expect me to play the way that I played, and despite how I may have felt coming into this game, I have proven that I am an all-star, and I do deserve to be here, and I do deserve to win this game. And I am here, and I am ready to answer any and all questions that you may have for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Jen. Love to see the alcoholic beverages making an appearance. Karen, your 10 minutes begins when you give your thumbs up and first words.
Hello. Thank you all for being here tonight and for what feels like a never-ending game at this point. It goes without saying that every single one of you is an all-star and a hottie, but I'm going to say it anyway. You all are all-stars and hotties. We all played the hell out of this game, so I hope you all feel proud of that. And I want to thank each and every one of you for having an impact and me making it to the end here. And I am very ready to untangle all of my webs because I've done a lot of fucking lying. I knew coming into this that I was going to have to work my ass off to make it to the end. As much as Big Brother is a social game, it also revolves so much around comps, and I am not known for my comp prowess. The first step in making it as far as I could would be finding an ally I could trust, not only to be loyal to me, but also to pull their own weight socially and win comps when needed. Jeremy and I clicked almost immediately, and they expressed their concern about their threat level being a winner, and I knew it was the perfect setup for me. My number one truth through this whole game was Jeremy being my final two, but I am not lost without them here next to me. I did plenty on my own that did not need Jeremy there. My deflection strategy started round one when I convinced Jen, Buckley, Lily, etc. that I was totally fine yeeting Blake, meanwhile being the main person fighting to keep him and then leading people to believe I was mostly Blake and Julia who did that, and I was just dumb and also taken by surprise even though I voted the way I wanted the vote to go. Immediately after that, brewing of sides started. I knew I needed to get insulated. Couple rounds later, the friend Viver discourse started. I looked around at 80% of this fucking cast who I am friends with to some degree or another. We've played together, we've hosted each other. You are my friends. And I knew I needed to get in the middle. So I had trios with Jeremy on both sides, one with Lake that is now titled We Love Timmy, and one with Keaton, Surprise Party. And between those two trios, I was able to vacillate back and forth and make sure that enough fires kept going between the two sides that I could knock out people on both sides while making sure people never turned on those in the middle, aka me. Every round, I left enough margin and room for doubt that people were not sus of me. And if they were, I had allies on all corners to tell me and detour away from me being the target. I sowed seeds of doubt about others while also detouring people's concerns about both me and Jeremy getting closer and closer to the end. I was able to have nominations go my way without winning an HOH until Final 6. And with the Club 33 nominations, I was always looking at the number of votes that were going to be cast and who would be voting, not who the nominees were. I not only had to vote every round before I won Final 6 HOH, and after that until Final 4, I voted correctly every time. And I'll touch on what is probably my biggest flub, my HOH at Final 6, where I nominated people who had no reason of being sus of me, and I didn't nominate Keaton because I wanted the vote to go a very specific way. Sorry, Jill. Even after showing my ass and my cards, I still made it here. That move made it so hard from Final 5 because I had to fight tooth and nail to make sure that Jen and Lake did not team up and convince Jeremy or Keaton to get me out, and they didn't. I did not play a perfect game. I lied to every single one of you. While it was debatably very fucking messy, I was always making sure that no matter what happened, I had openings for conversations and room to keep me in the game. I was a leader in the direction many, many rounds and managed to not be perceived as having that control on purpose. You know, the point of all the lying. Even when it was eventually being brought up that I had never been nominated, I still managed to stay off the block and convince people it was more beneficial for others to touch the block instead of me. And as I said in the beginning of the speech, when it came down to it, I knew if I could just get positioned well enough, it wouldn't matter what happened with the final HOH. I would have two people who feel best taking me over each other. I did not have to win comps to make it here because I knew I had played the game hard enough and I'd make it here no matter what happened with comps. I did not go into specifics because I do not want to run out of time. I am sincerely looking forward to answering all of your questions about my game. Thank you again for your time and being amazing people. I can say I am very proud of how I played, regardless of how messy, regardless of how many lies, and I did the work. I'm finally here so I can stop lying and share the truth with you all.
Thank you to both of the final two for those amazing opening speeches. I can only imagine what the closing speeches will be like. With that being said, we do have our first juror here. I wanted to let you both know, I told you before, all the jurors are here minus John Buckley, so we will be going in the order of their eviction. Your first juror has arrived. Hello, Cody. Welcome back. It has been 11 rounds too long, but we are very happy to have you back. You are going to have 7 minutes on the clock to ask both of the final two whatever you would like. Give a thumbs up, and when you start talking, your timer will begin.
Oh, how neither of you want to listen to me talk. Okay, I do want to say, just on behalf of me and everyone else, huge congratulations on making it to the end. You basically fucked over 18 people to get there, and I am super happy for both of you. That being said, I'm not going to ask any questions, but I'm basically just going to give a preface of what is to come, because there are some things that the jury wants specific answers on. So basically giving you some time to warm up and think about it. And I'm going to be honest, I think that the majority of the jury, myself included, doesn't know where they're voting tonight. Votes are up in the air, because I was hoping to be super excited to be like, you are the winner, holy shit. And I want to feel that way for one of you. And I'm really hoping that one of you can really make me feel that way. So really, I just want to say, like, Karen, like, talk about separating yourself from Jeremy. Jen, talk about what you did and not how you played defensive. Karen, talk about the lies that were deemed unnecessary by people. Jen, talk about why you had lacks of social bonds with people. And like, I just want you to be able to own your game, because honestly, like, if I were to own it based off of who I was more social with, I would probably put both of you in a random.org file. But like, it is what it is. I'm literally not bitter at either of you. I'm just super happy for both of you. And the only thing I care about, like I said when I left Live Night, is I want to be able to crown someone who deserves this, who did the thing, who did that. And honestly, I think that we have such a juxtaposition of two vastly different games, of someone who was playing the middle and kind of an overdog versus someone who did have to claw and fight their way back in. And either way is going to have a super satisfying ending. But I just want to you both know that even if, like, when one of you inevitably loses, both of you absolutely crushed this, and you should be nothing but proud of yourselves, just like everyone else that played this game. So that being said, like, just fight hard. I'm going to be watching because I have no personal beef. I haven't talked to either of you for a month. So like, I'm going to basically just listen, because I'm going to be real. 80% of my vote is just going to weigh in on how you respond to people and your answers, because I have no real personal influence in this vote. No hard feelings. But best of luck to both of you. I'm so excited for both of you, and may the best woman win. Toodles poodles.
Thank you so much, Cody. It was great seeing you back, and we will hear about your vote in a little bit. Bye, Cody. All right, guys, you're one juror down. 10 to go. All right, time for our next juror, the founder of Miss Purse Toothpaste herself. Here comes Sierra. In tie-dye, just as expected. All right. Hello, Sierra. Welcome to this pivotal moment. You are going to have 7 minutes. Just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, and your timer will start when you start talking.
Okay, I'm ready. First off, congratulations to both of you for being here. I wanted to kind of like piggyback, I guess, off of what Cody was just saying, and I want to give you both the opportunity to talk about the thing that you think you did not as well as the other, something that you feel is like was a flaw, something that either people brought up to you, something that you look back on and you say, man, I wish I didn't do that, whether it be something that you did repetitively, whether it be something that you did just one time. And I want to know like how you noticed that and how you used it to benefit your game and how you overcame that challenge. And then whichever one of you wants to start first.
I'll go first. So I would say that my biggest flaw would probably, I mean, it's hard because I feel like I was in a position where I had no choice but to be just completely honest about everything that I was doing. And the people that I was working with were the people that I was working with. And I guess my flaw would be putting myself in a bubble of a side as opposed to being more fluid. At the end of the day, I think that alliance is what helped me get here, and I am very grateful for it. Obviously, like I said, we won a lot of HOHs, which helped keep me safe, but almost every other time I did find myself nominated. So yeah, I would say that.
I have a hard time thinking of it as a flaw because everything ended up with me landing here. But I would say my biggest hurdle that I set up for myself was working so closely with Jeremy and being able to distinguish my game from theirs, which I knew was going to be a battle if I made it here. And I had different social connections from Jeremy and was always knowing that they were going to have that underlying threat level being a winner and letting them kind of feel like they were leading things socially. They had what they perceived stronger connections with some of the people, especially in the Underdogs Alliance. They had a tighter bond with Robert Toria and things of that nature that led the perception to be that Jeremy was in control and I was just following. But there was a lot of working together and me knowing that I was always setting myself up to for sure make it to the end over them.
Great. I'm not going to use all 7 minutes. So thank you both for answering that and congratulations again. And I wish you both the best as you go through it because I know this can be rough. So congratulations again.
Also, Sierra, congratulations on getting engaged.
Congrats, Sierra!
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Sierra. Up next is going to be our next member of the jury, which is Miss Rose herself. She'll be here in just a second. It's a very long second. But guys, take a breather. You're 2 jurors down. You guys are doing it. We're back. We're in the single digits now.
2 down, 2 down.
All right, Miss Rose is here. Hello, Rose. Always lovely to see you, even if the double horns didn't make it to this little moment. Rose, you are going to have 7 minutes on the clock from when you give your thumbs up and give your first words.
Congratulations to both of you. 2 very different games, and I just want to say my vote is completely up in the air at the moment. So, just speak from the heart, tell the truth, and well, you just might win me over. So, first thing I want to do is, for both of you, given what you know about each other's games and given what you know about me and how I play and what I value as a player, I want you both to give me a genuine reason why I should vote for the other one. Whenever you're ready.
I'll go. I'll jump in. Why you should vote for Jen? She did the complete opposite of what I did and was always very honest and very forward with her game. And it is hard to do that and get to the end. So all the respect for being able to do it. It's not a game that I can get away with. And winning the fuck out of comps. Also something I cannot do.
side note, like this comp thing, like who is this? Like I'm in my compist era and this is a new era for Jen. Anyway, Karen is, first of all, an incredible person. Obviously, that doesn't even need to be said because duh. But similar to what's been said, like we have played such different games. It's actually like very easy to distinguish the two of our games, which I feel like isn't necessarily as common. But she has been under the radar, playing that middle role, which if you do it correctly, slay, and it got her here. So mad props.
Okay. Jen, I wanted to bring up something that you mentioned in your opening speech. You said the Underdogs Alliance, they were the only ones who had your back. And I just want to ask, did I not have your back? Like I saved you with that POV for a reason. I wanted to work with you.
You did save me, and I was beyond grateful for that. I did feel, and I don't know if this was just people feeding me lies. After that had happened, what I was told was that you had wanted to use the veto on me to basically keep me and Julia in the game so that we can go at each other's throats. Now, I don't know if that was true or if that was just somebody telling me a lie. But I tried to not take it, but it was like take it to heart, but it was something that I was wary of. And it's something that I needed to like just keep in the back of my mind that is a possibility.
Okay. That was never a possibility, honey. So yeah, I wasn't interested in having you and Julia go at each other. So, but you know, thank you for your honesty. Let's see. Prod, how are we on time?
You have 3:18 left.
3:18 left. Okay. Quick question then for the both of you. Very important question. Might not be easy to hear and it might not be easy for me to say, but I think it's very important for, you know, just for the direction of my vote. I'll start with Karen. Karen, if Jen was a sex toy, what kind would she be?
She would be a rabbit. She comes from all angles. You know what you're going to get, and you know it's going to be a good time. Classic. Probably purple too. I'm feeling the color purple and maybe glittery.
Beautiful. Jen, same question.
I
Except
love
not Karen.
Karen would be the fattest, biggest strap-on that you could find because she would fuck you so hard in any direction.
Beautiful. Okay, congratulations to both of you. My vote's still up in the air. You've given me a lot to think about, but I need to hear more. So good luck. All the love to both of
2-minute
you.
warning.
All right, thank you, Rose, so much. And my friend who doesn't play orgs, who was sitting right next to me when that question was asked, was really taken aback. So with that being said, before we do let in our next juror, we do have a statement from John Buckley that he would like read to the both of you, and I will read it on his behalf as he will not be here tonight. Hi, my lovelies. I'm sorry I couldn't be here tonight, but I'm very proud of you both. You both played dynamically different games and are both very impressive. I've gathered as much information as possible from fellow jurors to make an informed vote tonight. So congrats to whoever wins tonight. And if I don't vote for you, still know I think your game was badass. XOXO Buckley. If either of you guys would like to reply to that, doesn't really affect his vote because he has gone to bed. But if either of you guys want to say anything, if not, we will move on to our next juror.
Thanks, Buckley. XOXO Gossip Girl.
All right, we are going to let in our next juror all the way from season 1, Miss Lily. Come on, bucket hat. All right,
Timmy.
Lily, you're so gorgeous.
Timmy, you're gorgeous.
Stop, I could cry. Welcome in, Lily. You are going to have 7 minutes from when you give a thumbs up and start talking.
All right, Jen and Karen, you thought you were done with competitions, I'm sure, but you were wrong. Welcome to Toothpaste, True or False Edition. Get ready. All right, these are the rules. One, make sure you're not wearing socks or something where you would like fall or hurt yourself. Going to do is I'm going to say an item, and I say 3, 2, 1, go. So go on, go. Then you'll get your item. You'll come back. Whoever brings back the correct item first will get a true or false statement. And you're going to tell me whether you think the statement is true or false. And you can give me a little bit of why, but if you go on too long, I'll cut you off. So a little snippet of why you said true or false. If you give me a maybe, not good. That's bad. Don't do that. Okay, give me a thumbs up to let me know that you are ready to play. Fabulous. The first item, and again, you go on go. The first item, a spatula. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, yes, iconic, the iconic spatula. Yes, Karen gets the first true or false. Karen, your true or false statement is Karen didn't plan to get Lily's vote. Or false?
False. I'm not like
Elaborate.
planning to get Lily's vote, but I'm not counting on getting Lily's vote. I think I have a strong enough case that I can present it to you, and hopefully you'll hear my side and my lies will be worth it.
Okay. Valiant attempt, Jen. Got the first one. All right. Next one. Disney item. 3, 2, 1. Disney item. Go. Have the same ones. Cute. Yes, Jen got that one. Most valiant effort, Karen. Jen, your true or false statement is Jen voted for Lily twice.
False. I voted for Lily once. The second time that Lily was on the block, I was on the block. I can elaborate. I knew you were staying, and I didn't want Marcelo to go unanimously.
Okay. Next one. Thumbs up that you're ready. Everyone's ready. Next one. Write a note saying Lily is the most robbed juror. Writing a note saying Lily is the most robbed juror.
Lily is the most robbed juror.
Okay, Jen gets this one. Jen never contacted those outside of her alliance, meaning you never made first contact with people outside of your alliance. Jen never contacted those outside her alliance.
False. I talked with Karen a lot, actually.
Okay. All right. We've got 2 more. Next one. We're bringing an open umbrella. Open umbrella. Go.
Go.
Get
She
an
said
open
go.
umbrella. Go.
Mama's
Oh, hustle.
Where's my umbrella?
Karen got this one.
I don't even know where my umbrella is.
All right, Karen, your true or false statement is Karen wouldn't be here without Jeremy.
False.
Two-minute warning.
I was social enough that even if Jeremy got sniped, I think that I would have definitely been able to regroup and still make it pretty fucking far. I obviously can't guarantee I would have made it this far, but I have full faith I would have been able to go off of other connections.
Okay, we have to do this one quick. I hope you are able to do this. Last one. Try to get 14 of one item. 14 of one item. Go, 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 go.
I dropped all my books.
I think I have 14.
Has
How many?
14 cups. We do not have time to count. If we have time, Karen, I will give you another one as well. Jen, your last statement is Jen followed her alliance.
False.
1 minute.
I made sure that I was winning competitions when I needed to and protected my allies when needed.
We are going to end it there. I want to say I've loved the energy from you both. Thank you for doing it with such chutzpah. All right, have a great rest of your night, both of you. Keep working hard.
Thanks, Lily.
Thank you so much, Lily. I'm sure y'all weren't expecting to run in your black sparkly dresses, but
Yeah, not thank you for sweating. I'm glad I turned my AC on at the start.
all right. And with that, we're going to let our next juror in. Welcome to the other John, Mr. John Farrell. John, are you there?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right, John, you will have 7 minutes on the clock. You're not going to be on camera, then just your 7 minutes will start from whenever you start talking.
Welcome to Masterpiece Theater, Club 33 edition. Tonight's story will be that of the two queens and the tale of the missing hearts. Once upon a time, in the land of the Club 33, there lived the two queens, Queen Karen and Queen Jen, who managed to conquer all of their deciding foes and make it to the end of their tale. However, there was still one question about who possessed the bigger heart in this game, because it tended to be a land of the heartless. Queen Karen, who decided to be the one to say, I love stomping on everyone's hearts and crushing their dreams and just tasting their little blood as it squishes out. And then there was Queen Jen, who admitted to everyone that her heart wasn't completely there in the beginning of the game, as she flat out admitted, I was inactive, and then admitted it a second time later on in the game as we approached the jury phase. However, that's when the heart apparently appeared to a show as the underdogs helped her have that heart grow bit by bit. So one by one, the jury started to form, and they started to try and gather up pieces of their broken hearts and figure out things one by one. And that leads us to our questions for tonight. Queen Karen, how little of a person do you think I am? Because it seemed as if you decided to just have poor jury management, and jury management can go one of two ways. I mean, you can suck up to people and do things like that, but you know what, that doesn't always work. But then there's just the unnecessary lying. And for me to find out that, well, I was the plan to go the whole entire round of 8. And you pretty much just lied your whole entire way through. And even at one point said, Bestie, what's going on with the vote? I'm like, you fucking tell me, because you're one of 3 fucking votes there. So to which Keaton even replied, she fucking did that? So there's that.
What was the, I'm so sorry, what was the
How little of a person do you think?
How little of a person? I do not think of you as a little person. I think I had dug my hole so deep at that point and had so many lies already. I said, what's one more? And I was concealing those 2 trios, the one with Lake and the one with Keaton, as I had said. And if I had been upfront with you, I would have had to have had a lot of conversations that probably would have tipped you off to a lot of what was going on. And I know you asked for just even a pity vote, but when there were only 3 votes going into it, I could not worry about jury managing and trying to get a cheap vote at the end just by giving a pity vote. I would rather work my ass off and prove to you I think you're a big person despite lying to you, and hopefully get your respect for it.
Now, unfortunately, it's not just me that you have to worry about with the whole jury management thing, because there's some other people that you've kind of rubbed a little bit the wrong way. And on that note, I will flip it on. There's light. I'll flip it on over to Queen Jen. Jen, you talked a bit about your mentioning of the friend Viver, and then you actually even mentioned that you didn't want to get rid of Marcelo, the same exact person that you played your whole entire second chances game with. So, I mean, it seems as if there's a bit of hypocrisy there. And it just, that's what I think rubbed some of us the wrong way, is that it was, well, she's yelling at us for this, but then she's doing the same exact thing. God, that light. So it confuses me. And then there was also the whole entire disappearing act. That was, and you'll be hearing this from other jurors. There was points in which people didn't hear from you for days on end. And I can tell you right now, that's pretty much the weakness for both of you, is that social aspect. Karen, much stronger strategic aspect. Jen, much stronger physical aspect. Social game. So we're left here with an even. And you know what? My vote is still up in the air because I'm willing to listen to everybody's things here. So Jen, you heard me ramble there for a bit. Share your thoughts on what I had to just say.
Yes, thank you. So the whole Marcelo thing, I mean,
2 minutes.
You can take this, you guys can all take this however you may. You're the jury, of course. I did not come into this game wanting to work with Marcelo. I know that Marcelo is incredible at these games, and I knew that I would not be able to go far in this game with him because I knew that he had other people in this game that he is also close with. That being said, when Marcelo was blindsided and put on the block and backdoored, I didn't see it coming because nobody told me. So it kind of just confused me. I mean, I guess people just perceived that I was close with him, but I wasn't necessarily going to ride for Marcelo in this game. I had other allegiances that did not include Marcelo in this game. Now, in regards to the inactiveness, to be quite honest with you, I recall that there was one week during the game where I worked 12 hours every single day in the week. But other than that, I can't specifically recall specific instances where I was inactive. I feel like I was quite active in this game that's kind of confusing to me. But if that's what people are perceiving, obviously.
It may also be just like I said, the conversations disappeared, in which it took a lot of also initiation on everybody else's part, and you never initiated the conversations with them. That's what a lot of the jury has talked about as well. So you'll be hearing lots more of that. So how will this story end? We shall soon find out. Good luck to you both.
Thank you so much, John, for that riveting tale. Speaking of a tail, I am going to be bringing in our next little fairy tale creature, our two-headed monster themselves, Robert Toria.
Hi.
Hello, Victoria. We are still waiting on your other half. Oh, there we are. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Robert, better known as Robert Toria. You guys are going to have 7 minutes to ask the final two, whatever you would like, and your time will begin once you both give a thumbs up and one of you starts talking.
Okay, so I guess I'll go first and just want to say congratulations on both of you. You both look gorgeous. So for my first question, goes to Karen. If you won final HOH, who would you have taken with you to final two and why?
I would have taken Jeremy because my one truth, like I said, through this whole game was Jeremy was my final two. And I might be delusional for thinking I had a chance going up against a fucking previous winner who played a very similar game. But I am proud of the game I played, and I was ready to fight the fight no matter who I was up against. And I had to be loyal to someone.
Okay, and my other question is to Jen. Jen, you were saved the most out of anyone in this game, and with the Club 33 power. Why do you think that was?
I think that, like I mentioned before in my speech, like I was nominated a lot, but I was also saved a lot. So clearly I was making social connections where I needed to. And yeah, I just made social connections where I needed to.
Anything else, Victoria? Am I good to jump on in?
Yeah, you go. We only have 7 minutes.
Congratulations to both of you. I think you guys are both wonderful people. I've enjoyed both your games. Like, I know there's talks about like your guys' social game being rough. Like, I think I said it last night. I was like, it's summer. We just want to go outside and tan. We don't want to be on our phones and playing. So I think you guys both played amazing games. It's really cool that A, we're gonna have another winner on BB Disney. Shout out. B, Victoria and I get to pass the crown to one of you people. And C, I think you guys are like halfway through all the questions. So my question to you both is, we just had this Club 33 twist in the game, and I think there was generally two strategies when it came to Club 33 is how can we burn it or how can we use it to push our game forward? So I'll start with you, Karen. How did you use your Club 33 twist, advantages, whatever you want to call them?
I was very conflicted the entire time I had a Club 33 to use because I was playing the middle and riding that middle dick so fucking hard that I knew no matter who I nominated, I would probably be burning a bridge. And that is why I waited till the last second each time and just led the conversations to people giving me permission or accepting, yes, you're going to use it on us because other people are. So in an aspect, I burned it, but it wasn't without strategy. It wasn't because I didn't know what to do. It was always waiting for the right time to make sure I didn't fuck myself over by misusing it. And I was prepared the second time around to not use it and risk being up on the block because I was that confident that no matter who else was going to be the actual nominees, if I was up there, I would survive and I wouldn't have burned those bridges. Thankfully, Keaton ended up doing it instead by winning that HOH, but that was my strategy with them.
Yeah, awesome. Jen, I'll pass it on to you.
So I clearly used mine in a much different strategy. I used mine defensively. I used mine in efforts to save myself. If I knew that I was going on the block and I still had my Club 33 power, yeah, let's throw someone else on the block too. That's either one other person that's on the block that could be voted for, or somebody that's not going to vote against me. So either way, using it in that light was beneficial for me.
Jen, I wanted to ask, what move in the underdogs was solely your move?
I mean, I would say winning the HOH at Live Night was a very important part of the game. That if we had not won, we would have been in big trouble.
And Karen, I just wanted to ask, other than your alliance with Jeremy, was there anyone that you felt like loyalty to?
I was torn between Jeremy and Lake, and Lake was another person I considered a final two if Jeremy were to get sniped. I was also obviously working closely with Keaton. Keaton is a wild card. Never knew for sure how far Keaton was going to get, but I would say Jeremy and Lake were who I was trying to ride with.
Cool. And then I have one last question. Again, I think you guys are both wonderful. So what was like the most fun you had in this game? We'll start with Jen this time.
Why is this a question?
2 minutes.
Thinking on. Obviously we play these games for fun. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's not that I didn't have fun in this game, but there was a lot of times in this game where it was hard for me, and fun, again, not that it isn't fun, but it was very stressful for me. So I really can't pinpoint a specific time where I would say this was the most fun part for me. I guess winning competitions, because I normally don't do that.
No, I respect that. I mean, I think you're right. Everyone plays the games for fun, but all-star games have a way of making things like 10 times more stressful. And you're just like, there's no money involved. Why am I so stressed? But Karen, what was the most fun you had in the game?
I have two answers. The first one's going to sound really generic. I'm not just kissing everyone's ass, but genuinely meeting the people that I did not know beforehand. That's always really fun to me. And then the like evil villain queen who stomped on everyone's heart. Not going to lie, some of the most fun I had was after certain votes, me and Jeremy getting on a call and being like,
That's awesome. Well, I think you all are both wonderful. Whatever happens, I think it's always fun when both your finals have played completely different games. So good luck to both of you.
All right, good luck and love you both.
All right. Thank you, Robert Toria, the best thing to ever be created by BB Disney. But with that in mind, we are going to move on to our next juror. She is coming in now hot and spicy. Can't guarantee she won't cry on the live, but we do still love her. Ms.
Hi, besties. I promise I won't cry on the live, but y'all might.
I'll have 7 minutes from giving a thumbs up to Megan and start talking.
Thumbs up, Megan. I'm ready to giggity get it. I'm just going to get right into it, and I'm going to say hi, ladies. Congratulations to both of you. I'm very, very excited for the final two being a lady and the winner being a lady. I love this lineup. I love this arc. I really, truly do. You both look beautiful, but you both always look beautiful. So what's the surprise there? Alrighty. Now that I'm done kissing your ass, I'm gonna start out with one of you. I did write a little something, so I will be the third lady to be reading something from a script tonight. And speaking of threes, I said that there were two liars left in this game, but it turns out that there were actually three. I'm starting out with Karen. Hi, Karen. So you said, I recall you saying at one point that you didn't have the opportunity to tell me and Lake that we were going up, and that's just bullshit, because there was a point that every single person was in a breakout room with you. I was with you pretty consistently. And I also joined a room with only you and Keaton in it, where you told me that, yes, you would appreciate it if I left the room. And then publicly were like, I just didn't have a chance to let them know. And like, that's not something I appreciate at all. So I just want to know, kind of going off of what two people have already said, that at least I've paid attention to, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm playing Family Feud. How do you think that's proper jury management, knowing that we are in the jury phase of the game?
Ready? Okay. So I as much as it sounds like bullshit, you were in that room with me and Keaton. I asked you to leave because I was having an internal battle where that whole day up, Keaton was squawking and squawking about time to show our cards, time to show our cards. I never expected to win that HOH, even though I'm always trying to win a comp. Should have just thrown it to make my life easier, but I am proud for competing regardless. So when I asked you to leave, it's because I was still fighting that internal battle of, am I actually going to not put up Keaton? Am I going to do this big blowout move and fully show my ass, piss off two people that had no reason to be sus of me to make something happen? Because I had been told that you told people, Lake, Jeremy, that I could have fourth. So we're at final 6. You have me allegedly going out at 4. I had to make a move, and I did not decide fully until push came to shove that I was going to go through with it. As much as that sounds like bullshit, I'm an indecisive chicken shit, and I'm very sorry. If I had had more than 5 minutes, maybe I would have said something. I'm not gonna lie anymore. I don't know if I would have, because I can be a chicken shit sometimes.
Well, I don't know if now is the appropriate time to continue trying to bend the truth. We've had discussions in the jury chat about the conversations that you had that day and the days leading up to it. And Keaton was quite, Keaton. Keaton's quite
I know
honest
Keaton,
after a
but
game in the jury chat. And
yeah.
We had a very thorough conversation that you knew exactly what you were going to do if you won that HOH. And I have no reason to not believe Keaton.
I just want to say Keaton can be convinced as much as Keaton wants to. That's Keaton's perspective. He's not in my head, and I was lying to Keaton too. Like, it was up to me in that moment. I decided in that moment. Just because there were conversations leading up to it does not mean that's what I was set on. Obviously, if it was what I was set on, I would have said something sooner. I was fighting that internal battle. Despite how much Keaton wants to squawk that I knew exactly what I was doing, Keaton doesn't fucking know what I was thinking, because I was lying to everyone. And I had to decide in the moment what my truth was going to be. And unfortunately, I went with my gut. I believed that you were going to try to get me out at 4, and that's when I made my decision.
Okay, period. Moving on to Jen. I'm going back to my notes really quick. We're gonna try to be really quick. It seemed like it seemed to everybody like a lot of your really close allies were evicted like very early in this game. Marcelo, Brian, to name just a couple. And you knew that you had a pretty constant target on your back, and respect to you as someone who also had a pretty constant target on her back. So you've also touched on, thank you. Okay, I'm going to talk really, really fast. Jen, you talk really fast too. You've also kind of touched on this a bit, but how do you think you were actually able to make it where you are now without your comp wins? Because you say that you weren't inactive, but I do remember having multiple conversations with other people about how you were inactive. You had your friend Viver outburst, and then you went and willingly exiled yourself, which gave you some kind of excuse to be inactive. So what truly got you to the point that you are at right now that was not your comp wins?
I think honestly, like I guess this perspective of me being inactive is just kind of like me feeling like I've been being ostracized almost in a way. And that's a strong word, but like, I felt like I was just a huge target and that nobody wanted to talk to me. So it's like, it's hard for me to open up that door when I just feel like nobody is wanting to talk to me. But in regards to getting here, it came down to the comp wins. I did what I needed to do in terms of, we know BB Disney, we know we're going to get minors comps, we know we're going to get trivia of the season. So that's what I did. I studied the fuck out of those things because I knew they were coming. So I used my knowledge of this game to get to where I'm at now.
Okay. And lastly, both of you, please tell me that you like my haircut that I got today.
I love your haircut that you got today.
Good. Thank you so much.
So good. I noticed immediately.
Thank you so much, ladies. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your night. I will say I do know who I'm voting for, but maybe you can change my mind. Love you. Bye.
Hi, Joe. We love you so much. All right. And moving on to our fifth placer. And here they come. Personally, they are my favorite body of water. Welcome in Lake. And Lake Ceiling.
Hello.
All right, Lake, you will have 7 minutes from when you give a thumbs up and are ready to go with Megan.
I don't know if I had to give a thumbs up, but thumbs up. Am I ready to go? I'm so sorry. Okay, T. Hello, congratulations, you two. Hot final two. We love it here in this July weather. See, I thought it was July weather. No, it's just this final two. Oh, I don't know what to ask y'all. Just kidding. Yes, I do. Karen, the one thing getting in between me voting you is how am I supposed to forgive or respect the lies that you made in this game, whereas the people you were targeting, either they just weren't good enough for you or there were lies there and they couldn't be forgiven. So I need to understand why I should respect yours and forgive yours. Jen, I'm sure you've already probably explained, but I really want you to just show that you fucking want it. You want this win and you're gonna get it. And I need you to tell everyone in this jury the one thing you did the best of that just made you that motherfucking one. And yeah, so whoever wants to go first from those individual questions can do that.
Do you have a preference, Jen? I'll just jump right in. So you want me to, I'm sorry, what about all of my lies or the lies to you specifically for your respect? Just so I'm
all the lies. Why should the jury respect your lies or understand your lies and how it bettered you?
I mean, my lies are what got me here. I was weaving a very, very big tangled web, and I did not end up getting tangled in it myself. While I got caught, especially at the end, and it became a slippery slope, I made it through Final Five, where I had pissed off 2 people the round before who had no reason to be pissed off and kept lying. I had to lie. I had to lie to get here. I could not win the comps, and I did not get clocked for lying until people hit the jury house. And if they had clocked me for lying, they did not do anything about it prior to that. So I think that's pretty respectable. Even if people suspected me, they didn't do anything about it. They allowed me to keep lying.
Okay, so I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm an emotional bitch, but I feel like I have put in work into this game like I have never put in before. I feel like I have been fighting so hard in this game, and sorry, I'm getting choked up.
You got this.
Sorry. I've never been in a final two before. This is a whole new experience for me, and I don't think I've ever wanted to win a game so bad in my life. I feel like from the beginning, I've been working from the bottom and I've just been clawing my way out, and I've been doing anything and everything that I could to be in this spot, and I think I deserve it.
Alrighty, well, if I still have time, then y'all may have heard about this woman, but please
you have 3 minutes,
please give it up for Lexi Curry.
Lexi!
We all love her, but guys, what do y'all love about her? Please go.
I love that Lexi puts up with your ass first and foremost. I love that she's a hard worker. She's going to school. She's a smart, educated, getting educated woman, and she goes to band camp.
Lexi is a beautiful person inside and out. And I've said this to you, Lake, before, and I will say it again. Y'all's relationship makes me happier than fucking anything. The way that I see you talk about her is just the absolute fucking cutest thing in the entire world. And even having her come on camera right now, I'm just like, get you a man that loves you the way that Lake does. And that's just beautiful. And get married already.
Well, in my
2
final,
minutes.
I asked the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for one birthday present, and it was an amazing final two, and I think he delivered. So congrats to you two. Whoever fucking wins is the winner of goddamn All Stars and deserves to be the winner of All Stars. Good luck to you both, and I wish the best of luck.
Thanks, Lake, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lake.
HBD.
All right, and with that, we are moving on to our next juror. And I apologize in advance.
Come on, iPhone.
When have I ever named myself? Please, give me one time. I heard no words. Do I just go?
Just give a thumbs up to Megan, and your 7 minutes will begin when you start talking.
Okay, I give thumbs up. Let's go. Hi. Congratulations to you both. I don't need to keep saying it because you've heard it like 12 fucking times. I had words, they're gone. Okay, I got it. I remember the question. Cool. Actually, I didn't have a question. I'm gonna make you guys ask questions because I'm too fucking lazy to do it. What I'm really saying here is a big part of this game is understanding what other people think. So I want you guys to try and figure out what is the one question we want to hear asked, to hear answered from the other person. Jennifer, please ask the question that we think Karen needs to answer the most. Ask the question that Karen needs to answer the most, and then I want Karen to answer it.
I would say, how is your game different than Jeremy's?
Go for it.
I had specific impacts that Jeremy did not have. First and foremost, saving Lake. Second, John Buckley putting up Marcelo. I was the person that was on the call with Buckley and told him, put up Marcelo. A lot of the whispers that led into nominations, I would say I was part of Rose ending up going. And there were a lot of those behind the scenes that I let people believe was just me and Jeremy in the middle, but I was having those specific one-on-one conversations. And at the same time, I was also managing Jeremy's threat level. I had people like Lake telling me he was getting suspicious of Jeremy, and I was able to calm down those suspicions to keep Jeremy in the game and let Jeremy know those things were going on to keep my one truth solid. But I did a lot of work behind the scenes without Jeremy to ensure that we both were able to get there, because I knew Jeremy was my final two and someone good at comps that I needed to rely on. And I needed to make sure Jeremy felt that good about me as well, and know that I wasn't going to turn my back on them if push came to shove. But yeah, a lot of subtle moves, especially at the beginning, that set us up, and specifically me up, to be in that middle position and less of a threat in the middle position.
Thank you. Now, Karen, do the same thing.
I don't want to keep harping on the same thing. And I
Then
know
don't ask a different question.
I'm thinking, Keaton.
Not allowed.
This is my question to ask. Thank you. If you didn't have the underdogs, who would you have tried to work with? What would you have done if you didn't have that to count on? Because you aren't really explaining how you didn't need the comp. So what other social avenues? You're saying you didn't go and exile. You're saying you were there to message people, but You referenced me messaging and talking to me a lot, but I remember being the one to reach out a lot of the time to start though. So who did you have besides the underdogs once they started getting dwindled down that was going to keep you in?
Well, before the underdogs, I did really want to work closer with Rose. Specifically the round that Rose left, I was fighting so hard, so hard to get the votes to keep her to stay. So working with her was something that I wanted to do more in this game as well. Once the underdogs kind of started dying out, and after like the last live night, I did connect with Lake more, and we kind of did have a moment where we were just kind of like, why the fuck haven't we been working closer together earlier? And yeah, I was working with Keaton as well. He was in the underdogs, but we know what Keaton's deal was. And yeah.
Thank you. Well, how's my time looking?
2.5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna have this start with Karen again. What will be your single biggest takeaway from this game? It can be game-wise, personal, whatever the fuck. Let's be sappy for a moment in a game where we were all rats.
I am hoping to take away knowing some great people and hopefully people not hating me for being such a lying rat bastard. And I'm just really fucking proud. I am really fucking proud of the game I played. I did not think I was going to get this far. So the fact that I was able to get this far and be a rat about it, I'm just really fucking proud. And I hope to be able to stay in contact with people that I met in this game.
Thank you. Jen.
So I did have a point in this game where I thought there's no way that I'm getting to the end of this game, but I fought consistently every single week to be here because I wanted to be here, and I just fought from the bottom every single week. And if there's anything that this game has taught me, is that I have a voice and that I am worthy of being a fucking all-star. And before I started playing orgs, like I was never the kind of person to just call shit out the way that I have in this game. And so the fact that I've been able to do that and do that with confidence in this game is something that I'm going to take away from this game forever.
Thank you. Personally, my biggest takeaway is I hate Karen. That's personally my biggest takeaway, and I just need that to be known. It's true. Jen, you can shake your head all you want. It's the truth.
It's mutual. It's mutual. It's okay.
The feeling is
it's okay.
Regardless,
we'll nod.
I appreciate your answers on everything. I wish you both the best of luck as this comes to a close. I'm going to flip a coin for my vote. Okay, bye.
Love him so much.
I would say your next juror was on their way, but Michael's not doing his job. So I'm going to go get the next juror for you real quick. So guys, take a deep breath. Since Michael's not doing his job, you do have a moment to breathe.
I'm having my beer made. Fetch me another drink.
Oh, baby.
All right, welcome in your last and final juror that you need to answer to tonight, and that is the winner of BB Disney Season 7, Jeremy.
Wow, these walls look so familiar.
Jeremy, just give a thumbs up whenever you're ready, and your time will start when you start talking.
I feel like the theme of this season has just been shady. So, I feel like that's just my excuse to be shady tonight. So, Jen, I know we literally just finished talking about this, but I'm going to harp on it a little more. It's not even so much that you never really reached out to me. It was that when I waited 3 days to see if you would reach out to me, and then I reached out to you, I would get 3 or 4 messages of kind of nothingness and then no responses beyond that. And so that doesn't really give me much to work with in the game or anything to really base an opinion off of what you did in the game, because to me, it doesn't really seem like you were playing with people other than your alliance that we kind of forced you into based off of the way that the numbers fell. And Karen sometimes, I guess. So that's, and also I credit you for the competitions that you won, because I think it's a huge feat, and like you beat me and you took me out, and I give you major points for that and props for that. Like, I don't want to discredit the things that you have done in this game. But I feel like up until the point of Final 6 live night, where I made the decision that was worse for my game and better for Karen's game, in my opinion, you didn't really do a whole lot from my perspective. So I just said a lot. I'm going to give you a moment to respond and say what you have to say.
Yeah, thank you. So if I truly did not realize that people were feeling this way about me coming into tonight. Again, I felt almost ostracized from everybody in this game from a very early point. So I'm the kind of person, I'm a very anxious person, and I take times like that and it kind of shuts me off almost in a way. I don't like confrontation. I don't like any of it. So it's just very, it's just nerve-wracking for me when I'm in that kind of situation. And I didn't feel comfortable, I guess, reaching out. And I do apologize for that, because I didn't want to make you feel like that, because I did want to work with you more in this game as well. Specifically, like I told you from the beginning, Susie said, work with Jeremy. And I was like, I want to. But I do sincerely apologize to you and to everyone else that may be feeling that way. It's obviously nothing personal, and I love all of you, but this is just kind of the way that this game has fallen for me, and it's hard for me when I'm feeling like that to just put myself out there. So I was comfortable with the people that I was comfortable with, and that is what I did. And if I'm sorry, I really am.
And Karen, I have a hard time being shady to your game, because according to the jury, my game is your game. But I think the big thing that I feel like you struggled with, that I, based off of what I've seen in the jury, excelled in, that I would have used to differentiate our games, was my jury management. For some people, there are some people that I definitely burned hard and would have been pissed at me, but there were some people who felt very content with the way that I sent them out, because I gave them enough of a reason for sending them out without exposing too much of my position, and it's kind
2
of
minutes.
sweet spot that I know that you're not super confrontational, but I don't know that you really ever found. So I want to give you the opportunity to say, like, if there was one person that you felt like you at least tried to do that, or you like moments where you felt like you faced it kind of head on and tried to give a justification, or like weren't just kind of bullshitting people as they were going out the door, if there was any.
You are so right. I am very non-confrontational despite all the lies, and I can admit I found myself getting way caught up in the lies and not wanting to see them all unravel as people were going into the jury, because I would rather leave them with question marks going into the jury than entering the jury immediately pissed off, knowing my
1 minute.
position, waiting for it to happen, waiting to see who came in next. I was okay letting the jury build up and people piece together what I did while seeing you doing a better job jury managing them, knowing that I am confident enough to explain my lies and own up to it at this point, and hopefully make up for those hurt feelings. If it bites me in the ass, I'm going to really regret that, because I worked really hard to keep this web not tangled and not getting lost in it. But that was my biggest downfall. I think I just didn't want to unravel too much as people were going out. And I also did not, like, as much as I was lying, like, you're lying regardless and know they're going, I did not want to expose as much info and potentially fuck me over. As much as you and I were working together, I knew you had those better relationships with some people, and I knew you were jury managing them. I knew I had to have a different tactic, and I was okay being the bad guy out of the two of us and being able to fight you at the end if we got there. So that's my biggest defense with having shit jury management. I was hoping.
Regardless of everything, I love you both very much, and I'm very proud of you both, and you are still both the queens of all stars in my eyes. Goodbye.
All right, thank you so much, Jeremy. And with that, we are done with our jurors, and it is now down to our closing statements. Jen and Karen, you both will now have one final chance to plead your case to the jury. And since Jen went first with opening statements, Karen, you are up. You have 8 minutes on the clock once you give a thumbs up to Megan.
Just gonna breathe for a second. Y'all bear with me. Okay. So once again, thank you all for a long and wonderful and long game and a long finale. I lied a lot, and I hope I've owned up to enough of them to make you see my game for being as strong as I believe it is, as strong as I know it is. I fought here, and I did not have to win the comps to fight here. And just because I did not have the forward-facing game where everyone saw me fighting my way to the end, that does not mean I was not fighting for myself to make it to the end. I had relationships with everyone, and even if I burned those bridges on your way out, I had a good reason for those lies, and it was always to keep my position in the game concealed to get me one round further to get to this point in the game. I don't know what else to say. I'm a big fat liar, but it wasn't without reason. And I'm sorry for all the lies that felt like they were without reason. I am non-confrontational, as much as that sounds like a fucking joke at this point. And I was just always in the delicate balance of making sure my game did not unravel in front of me and me end up on the block. And I think for as much as there are people who did not like how I managed things or are not sure why I lied the way I did or about what I did, it got me here. It did. It sent you guys out, unfortunately, but it kept me in the game. And even when I pissed people off that were still in the game, I was able to repair those bridges to keep me in one more round and up until Final Four remain unnominated after so many people were over all of my bullshit or suspicious of me or what have you. I want this so fucking bad. I did not win very many comps, 2. But I was still fighting and in control of so much of this game. With or without Jeremy, I always had a setup where I felt comfortable being able to fall back on it and keep myself propelling forward. And I hope you guys can see that and respect it. And no matter what you guys decide tonight, it's a hot fucking final 2, possibly the hottest fucking final 2. And I am very proud for making it this far. And if I don't win, I will cry, but I'll cry if I win anyway. So it's been a great season. I said it was never ending in my opening speech, and I kind of can't believe it's actually ending now. And I'm just so thankful for this experience and meeting all of you and playing my fucking ass off. As much as I was working towards this, I still kind of can't believe made it here and made it through this. And I just really hope it all paid off, and I hope I explained it enough. I'm sorry if I did not touch on enough to show you guys what I was doing, and I just hope you can see my game for what it is and recognize that the lies were necessary to get me here, and I had the social connections to continue lying and make it to the end to explain my game. Thank you, and you're all hot.
And Jen, you are up. Give a thumbs up, and your 8 minutes will start when you start talking.
Okay, thank you guys all so much. It is freaking midnight and we are here. It is the finale. We fucking did it, guys. I started off playing orgs. I'm just gonna go back real quick. I started playing orgs during the pandemic. I started on the Twitter side, and then I came over and I joined the Skype side, and BB Disney Epcot was my very first org ever. And I had no idea what the fuck I was getting into. And somehow it just, you all know, it's fucking addicting. The emotional turmoil we put ourselves through, we keep coming back for fucking more. But for me, you have Big Brother and Survivor and orgs, and you have Disney. And playing this game specifically is more to me than just the game. I would not be where I am today without having played orgs. And I know that's so weird because it's fucking an org, but I, first of all, met my fucking husband through orgs. Like, what the actual fuck? And I touched on this a little bit earlier, but I have always been a very introverted person, never really had a lot of friends, never spoke up for myself or defended myself. And this game, if nothing, has taught me that I am capable of being all of these things, this confident and outspoken person. And it means so fucking much to me that these games have been able to help me do that. This game has not been easy for me. I have been clawing from the bottom, like I have been saying. And if I made you feel like I wasn't talking to you enough, it wasn't because I did not want to talk to you. Again, it's part of me that I'm still working on because I'm not perfect. But when I get put in those situations, it really makes me uncomfortable and feel like there's nothing I can do or say to like change this person's mind. So I recognize that is definitely something that I need to work on as a person, not even just in orgs, but in real life. I had the social connections with the people that I knew had my back, and I won the competitions that I needed to win. And yet, when I was on the block, you guys still didn't vote me out. I was on the block. I was a final nominee 4 times, nominated 7. You had 4 opportunities to vote me out, and yet I'm still sitting here. And I know it sucks to be voted out, but I got here on my own. I had help from my Underdogs Alliance, yes, but as they were getting picked off, I had no choice but to play for myself and by myself. I didn't lie to anybody in this game because I didn't have an opportunity to be in a position to lie because it was do or die for me. That's what it came down to for me. There was no point in me lying because I was going to be fucked either way unless I won the competitions, unless I got saved by the Club 33 powers, which is a testament to my social game. And although I may have not made social connections with every single person, that's just my point of view from this game, was that I was fighting from the bottom and I just felt ostracized. And the fact that I am sitting here after going through all of that, I've never felt like I deserve to win a game more in all of my time playing orcs. And I hope that you guys are able to recognize that as well. I have persisted through the hardest of times in this game, and I'm still here. And I am here and I want to win this game so bad. And I would love your vote tonight. Thank you.
Thank you to both of the finalists and all of the jurors who have had any part in making tonight happen. Final 2, you guys are done. You have nothing more to do in this game. To the 11 jurors, I do ask that you please submit your votes in your prod chats. Once your vote is submitted and locked, you may rejoin the Zoom. If you did pre-vote, please relock that vote in before you join the Zoom. I will also send this link to the pre-jurors. Don't know if they'll join, but they are at least invited. I will give the jurors a couple minutes to cast their vote.
Shout outs.
Go for it.
Shout out to all of the all-stars and all of the no stars. There are 100-ish BB Disney players that not everyone made it here. You're all, well, most of you are stars. So shout out to all of you. Shout out Prod. Shout out Twiggy. Shout out this cheap beer I'm drinking. Shout out to the weed I didn't get to smoke today. Shout out Olivia Rodrigo. Shout out Noah. Shout out LJ. Shout out Zoe and Cam for being there in my prod chat. And shout out Crispy for handing me beers throughout this. Shout out Padam.
Shout out to my podcasts. Shout out to my friends who made a group chat today and called it Jen's Cheer Squad that have been hyping me up all day. They have been making today much more less anxiety ridden.
Wow.
Shout out Jen. Oh, so sorry. I didn't know you unmuted.
Oh, Jill, they're almost ready for awards. Got you, bestie.
I was gonna say there's a lot of people here to remind y'all who this one is her name is Lexi Curry.
Mother.
She's my girlfriend of 4 years and I love her.
I don't think I've met her once this game. Just kidding. It's lovely to see her back.
Was the dog with her though? That's the important question.
I think I've seen Lexi more this season than Lake.
Oh my god, our
Wait,
dogs
from
are gonna be
Danica?
best friends.
I can just feel the fleas on me right now.
Okay, but Chihuahuas are like the second best dog breed ever. So
No.
Second to last.
no, second best. So like when I got mine last year, I only ever had German Shepherds, and I was like, I don't want this fucking rat. Get it out of my face. And then 3 days later, I was like, we're best friends. I love you. I can take you everywhere I go.
I'm sorry, Lexi. I do have to say, I have a personal issue with your little dog.
No, he's so sweet.
That was
Are
the
you
sweetest
so
no ever.
be so for real? That is the scariest little thing I have ever seen in my life. Ah!
I don't think Jill should. I'm on the hate Rudy train, but Jill did name her cat Shrimp and Grits. I don't think she should judge Rudy here. Not to throw shade, but
Can y'all put me back in and Lake and then let me vote Lake out and then you can vote me back out and then we can come back to this point?
it's okay.
I'll give you the full experience.
Don't do this.
Oh,
I will say, if either of the final two complimented me on this new wall piece, you had my vote 100%. So
Oh my God. I'm putting
sorry.
it on finale recording. Shout out to Crispy.
repeat that.
I said, oh my god, like, hi.
Hi.
Yes, Crispy was watching me dash around.
Period.
Hi, Crispy. Love you.
As soon as that fetch the items question, I just yelled, get your books!
And then I picked up a whole stack and the whole stack fell. And I was like, fuck!
To the final two and the jury members, I just want to let you know, Michael did fall asleep while you were talking, so Michael has officially said that he thinks you all are boring. So if you would like to bully Michael, now is a good time.
Michael.
What the fuck?
That's
Michael?
all
My
the time.
least
Good
favorite
time.
crowd member.
Wait. To start bullying Michael,
I'm
that means we
coming
had to
down
have stopped
to-
bullying Michael.
I know. I'm coming down to Pennsylvania just to bully Michael in person.
Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Grace, by the way, one of my wonderful
Say-
pod guests.
Shout out to Grace.
At
I
least
guess,
Michael showed up.
I guess you could say Michael's sleeping on us. Oh, I heard that.
Shout out to Michael for having
Well-
a bounty on my head for many, many rounds, and nobody
Well,
capitalized on that.
Since
Y'all missed
Lake decided to make a
$100.
comment, it was
yeah.
actually I did fall asleep on your part. So to everyone else, you kept me awake. It was Lake that actually made me sleepy. So
That's
other
cool.
than that, I hope you all had a great day.
Honestly, I get it.
I don't get it. Lexi was there as well, and I could never fall asleep in the presence of Lexi.
Well, you and I are not the same person, I guess. So yeah.
God, I hate men. All right, guys, I believe we have the results. I'm waiting for Prod to verify me. I got a thumbs up, so I'll take that. Cool. We are going to get to the results, and then we will cut the stream, do awards, and any questions you guys have from a Prod's perspective, you guys can ask us that at that point. But for now, we are going to get to the votes. We will be going backwards in the order in which you were evicted, starting with Jeremy. Jeremy has cast their vote for Karen to be the winner of Big Brother Disney All-Stars. Keaton has cast their vote for Karen to be the winner of Big Brother Disney All Stars. That is 2 votes Karen, no votes Jen. Next vote from Lake is for Jen to be the winner of Big Brother Disney All Stars. 2 votes Karen, 1 vote Jen. Next vote from Jill is for Jen to be the winner of Big Brother Disney All Stars. We are currently tied at 2 votes apiece. Next vote from Robert Toria is for Jen to be the winner of Big Brother Disney All Stars. The vote is currently 3-2. The next vote from John Farrell is for Karen to be the winner of Big Brother Disney All Stars. We are tied back up at 3. Our next vote from Lily is for Jen to be the winner of Big Brother Disney All Stars. Jen has 4 votes, Karen has 3. Next vote from John Buckley is for Karen to win Big Brother Disney All Stars. We are tied back up at 4. Just verifying this real quick. Rose, Sierra, and Cody did all vote for the same person. And by a vote of 7-4, congratulations, Jen. You are the winner of Big Brother Disney All Stars Season 9. Jen, do you have anything to say to all your fellow jurors and house guests?
Thank you guys so much. I'm speechless right now, and Topher is popping a champagne, and that's so weird for me. Thank you so much.
Jen and Karen, you both played amazing games, no matter how different, the same, or everything in between. I'm so proud, so happy, so thrilled to have hosted you guys this season. It has, as I say, always been nothing short of a pleasure, and I am just so proud of both of you. But congratulations to Jen. You have officially won Season 9.
Thank you so much. Karen, I love you.
I love you too, Jen. Congrats.